great!
I did it!
I did it!
Most impressive.
How do you like that?
Just paying back what we owe from the summer festival. Now hurry up and release the miner.
The miners are being held in the area above us. They've been bound, but their lives are in no danger.
Are you telling the truth?
That does match what the other guy said.
Well then, with that cleared up, let's talk about you, shall we? I hope you're not thinking you're just gonna walk out of here after everything.
I'm afraid that's exactly what...
Watch out! It's a feint!
Damn it!
Too late.
How does help us?
Don't freak out. It's just to disorient us.
Shit! Flash grenades!
Where did he go? He's gone?
How could we have dropped the ball like that? We had him right there.
Did he go to rejoin the other?
That doesn't add up. It feels like he headed down, but I can't even see the bottom of that
What's that sound?
That's the airship we saw at Guerrilla Fortress. Looks like Reinford's high-speed RF-26 model.
So the Liberation Front has expensive taste in airship?
What is going on here?
It's the terrorists. Take aim and fire.
Yes, ma'am!
You have no right to open. Men, stop!
Yes, sir!
What do you think you're doing?
My, what a pathetic spectacle. And the Chancellor has sent his loyal lapdog to bark us up a tree too. Go on and scurry back to your master, Icy Maiden, and tell him our preparations are complete. Next time we strike, he shall be the one in the closet.
They're getting away!
Damn!
Farewell, for now. You failed, but at least you can say you tried. And to you students, the next time our paths cross,
Huh?
What was that?
It couldn't be.
Oh!
Everyone hit the deck!
Oh! What the hell?
What just happened? Did it self-destruct?
I can't see it. They don't seem the type for wanton self.
Did one of the RMP's bullets find...
I don't know what caused it, but by the looks of that explosion, I'm guessing we won't find any...
What is the... Terrorists or not, that doesn't excuse shooting down their airship without even offering a chance.
Please, call. There's no evidence to suggest the explosion was caused by our gun. In fact, given the magnitude of the blast, I suspect that some sort of explosive was planted on the air. Right now, let's prioritize rescuing the miners, then begin a full investigation into it.
You have the nerve.
We have written permission from His Majesty the Emperor. Or are you telling me you intend to ignore that and hound us every...
Don't get all full of yourself just because of one little And who the hell are you, students? What business do you have on whatever excuse you have better be nothing short of brilliant, or...
Well...
You're in the hot seat. Are you kidding me?
Listen, you're misunderstanding something. They're here because I asked them to accompany...
Angelic?
And who the... Lady Angelic?
Hey, it's Lady Angelic. I heard she was back, but this isn't really the place you expect to meet a Marquis's.
Long time no see. I see a couple of faces I recognize under those fancy helmets. Maybe I should have tried the front entrance. It would have given me an easy chance to ask some of the pressing questions I've got about this whole affair. Why you let terrorists have the run of the place while barring entry to law enforcement officials?
Uh-oh. This isn't looking good. Remain calm! We were acting under the direct orders of the Marquis. He expressly commanded us not to let these insolent fools trespass in his town.
Oh? The Marquis must be quite the sly businessman. To acquire ownership of a mine I wasn't aware we were
What?
I recognize that. How could he be?
Prince Oliver! Nice timing.
Crow!
Thank goodness you're all right.
Yeah, glad to see you guys are safe. I heard things took a while to...
You can say that again. I sure wouldn't have guessed at this.
So that's the last of the terrorist airships accounted for?
All that we know of. We'll need a more detailed examination of the record.
It's truly an honor to receive a visit from you.
That's enough out of you. We have more important matters to attend to, right? First, I feel it necessary to emphasize that I personally stand behind these students' court. I trust you have no...
None at all, Your Highness.
Oh, Your Highness.
We're saved!
Secondly, I'll be assuming command here as a representative of the Arner family, owners of this mine. And as my first directive, I demand that the provincial army depart at once. The railway military police will remain on the scene under my command to assist with my investigation.
Yes, Your Highness.
Yes, Your Highness. You heard the prince.
After all the peril, the situation was resolved with surprising speed. The railway military police fulfilled their duties under the command of Prince Oliver. The remaining archaisms were disposed of, and the miners were rescued without significant injury. But the implications of what had just happened were profound, and the news was likely already beginning to spread. It was obvious that the provincial army had given their tacit approval to the terrorists' action, and the terrorists had destroyed all evidence that the noble faction had been dumping iron onto the black market. But even lacking concrete evidence, their guilt seemed... And Prince Oliver declared he'd be conducting a thorough investigation with the full support of Chairman Irrit.
This must be it. No maker's trademark. No proprietary parts I could use to identify it. From all appearances, it seems to be a long-range anti-material sniper.
I see. At least it wasn't a Rhineford.
That's correct. I suspect this is yet another of that workshop's product. Their handicrafts do seem to be in vogue these days, especially with the Red Constellation.
Indeed, but this is no laughing matter. And while I have you here, Miss Kruger, I've been hoping for the opportunity to have a little chat with you for quite... Exactly how much involvement does your employer have in all of this?
Might I ask to which of the...
My apologies. It seems we didn't clear...
You have such splendid form, lady. It's an honor to see the famous icy...
You're quite the sight. I see now why they call you the Severing Chains.
It was nothing. But to answer your earlier question, Chairman Arena has no involvement. That said, I'm certain she'll leverage the current goings-on to her advantage as much as she's able.
I'd expect no less.
As for the other, I expect they're simply playing around. At least for now.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world. I've got a little reward here for you. Keep up the good work. Good showing, everyone.
In the following weeks, it was hard to tell how much the Empire's situation was shifting, but one thing was certain. Changes were happening. With the death of their ringleaders, the Imperial Liberation Front's campaign of terror was finally over. And in recognition of our actions in Ruhr and at Corellia Fortress, all of us in Class 7 were invited to Valflame Palace. There, we were granted the honor of an audience with His Majesty the Emperor, Eugene III, along with Empress Priscilla, the mother of Princess Alphen and Crown Prince Cedric. But no sooner had we been thanked than we came face to face with the leaders of the factions that divided the nation. The heads of the 4 great houses who rule their vast provinces with absolute authority, and the Chancellor and his close ally Governor Regnitz, who brought reforms to Heimdall and expanded the railways. Both sides were quick to offer us words of praise, but just as quickly turned to criticize each other's role in the crisis. Eventually, His Majesty was forced to step in and rebuke both sides, clearly disgusted by their behavior. As it stood, the terrorists' defeat made it difficult for their supposed supporters in the noble faction to act openly, while Crossbell's push for independence was causing enough of a stir over there to keep the reformists busy. With both sides tied up, it looked like the Empire was in for a long overdue respite from its perpetual conflict. We'd finally gotten all the details for our concert performance worked out. And Elliot announced that we'd be doing 2 songs, a duet between Machias and Eustace, and a solo by Emma. To no one's surprise, all 3 of them were quick to raise objections. But after Crow and Elliot explained their choices and how their master plan would win over the audience, the rest of the class was totally on board, leaving our new vocalists to resign themselves to the inevitable. Unfortunately, with the good times came some sad news. It turned out that Marquis Ragnar was furious at Angelica for her part in what we did at the mine, and as a result, she was forced to leave the academy. Contrary to the official statement, her withdrawal was to be permanent. Before she left, she asked me if I'd look after the orbital bike for her. At first, I didn't want to. It felt like I'd be accepting that she'd be gone. But after thinking it over, I finally... With so much going on, we decided to take Prince Olivert up on his proposal of a brief vacation north in Ymir. It proved to be quite an eventful trip, and it really drove home just how much we'd come to mean to each other. I'd tell you all about it, but we'd be here for hours. Maybe another time.